Laws of chemical combinations. In an era of scientific advancement, scientists found themselves amidst questions pertaining to fundamental principles of chemical combinations. Chemical combinations were studied, and these laws were theorized as the law of conservation of mass. The law of conservation of mass was established by French chemist Antoine Laurent Lavoisier in 1789. According to this law, the mass of the substance produced in a chemical reaction is always equal to the mass of the reacting substances. Therefore, the law of conservation of mass states that mass can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. Let us now consider the example in which magnesium reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. Here, mass of 1 mole magnesium is 24 grams. Total mass of 2 moles magnesium is 48 grams. Mass of 1 mole oxygen molecule is 32 grams. So the total mass of reactants is 48 plus 32, which is 80 grams. Mass of 1 mole magnesium oxide is 40 grams. Total mass of products is 40 and 40, which is 80 grams. Therefore, it is clear that the total mass of reactants is equal to the total mass of products. Also, the number of magnesium atoms and the number of oxygen atoms on the reactants and the product sides are equal. Let's move on to the second law of chemical combination, which is the law of constant proportion. This law was stated by a French chemist, Joseph Louis Proust. It is also called the law of definite proportion. According to the law, in a chemical compound, the elements are always present in definite proportion by mass. The law of definite proportion applies when elements react together to form the same product, such as pure water collected from different sources such as a well, spring, or a river. As such, a water molecule contains 2 hydrogen atoms, each of relative mass 1 gram, and 1 oxygen atom of relative mass of 16 grams. This means that there are 2 grams of hydrogen and 16 grams of oxygen in 18 grams of water. So in a water molecule, hydrogen and oxygen are present in the ratio of 1:8. The example shows the application of law of definite proportion. We will now learn about the law of multiple proportions. This law was proposed by John Dalton around 1800. This law states that when 2 elements combine to form more than one compound, the different masses of one element that combine with the same mass of another element are in the ratio of simple whole numbers. Let's try to understand through an example. Carbon combines with high concentration of oxygen to form carbon dioxide and low concentration of oxygen to form carbon monoxide. In carbon monoxide, 12 parts of mass of carbon combines with 16 parts of mass of oxygen. In carbon dioxide, 12 parts by mass of carbon combines with 32 parts by mass of oxygen. The ratio of the masses of oxygen that combine with a fixed mass of carbon is 16:32 or 1:2. Therefore, we can see that different masses of one element that combine with the same mass of another element are in the ratio of simple whole numbers. Things to remember. Law of chemical combinations are law of conservation of mass, law of constant proportion, and law of multiple proportion. The mass of the substance produced in a chemical reaction is always equal to the mass of reacting substances. In a chemical compound, the elements are always present in definite proportion by mass. Different masses of one element that combine with the same mass of another element are in the ratio of simple whole numbers.